Hey, I'm NicStride, and today we're looking at the scale, which holds the keys to understanding all of music. So yeah, nothing big, just the most important scale ever, no pressure. I'm going to assume, right, that you have heard in your life at one point, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, da. Excuse my singing, it's not a singing lesson. We don't have time for Latin. Let's replace those do, re, mi, fa, sol, whatever with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. When you get to 8, that's 1 again. There's no 8 in music. Here's how it looks on guitar. Pause that if you want to practice it. And here are the notes on the piano keyboard, just for reference. Right, so cool, great, Nick, you can count to 8. The reason I made you count to 8 there is because everything in music is measured relative to this scale, the major scale, right? It's major, it's a big deal, right? There's a lot of jargon in music, and you probably hear people talking about minor 9s and flat 7 raised 10. That's not a real thing in music. But if you're hearing all this stuff and you're like, oh, these people are talking some language I don't understand, this is what they're talking about. Whether it's the most complicated jazz, heavy metal, death thing you've ever heard in your life, prog rock, or it's a nursery rhyme, it all comes back to this, because it has to. It's either major or it's minor. And something is minor because it's relative to major. If you hear somebody saying something like, oh, I played A minor 7, right? What does that mean? Does that mean I have to learn the chords of what A minor 7 is? No. Look, there's a formula. If something's a minor 7, it's a minor 7. It can be B minor 7, it can be A minor 7, it can be C minor, it doesn't matter, right? What matters is it's minor 7, and then the C or the A or the B is like, what is the root note? Here's an A, 5th fret, or you can go A string, the 5th string, 1, so that's it, that's A, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that note's going to be in there, alright, this note, the 7. But it's not regular 7, it's a minor 7. So let's move it back 1, make it flat. Like if you remember the first lesson we did, Guitar 101. That makes it minor, right? 1 less, alright? So, and then again, is it a major chord or a minor chord? Right, the 3 is what makes it minor or major. So we've got our root, our 7, our minor 3. That was just like maybe a bit of a really like quick rundown of sort of what the reasoning behind all of this type of stuff. Why do they call it A minor 7? But this applies to every chord. If you're listening to a gent thing and you're looking at the chord shape and it's like C7 million flat 5 thing and the chord sounds like this. That's how they figured out what that chord would be called. It's just by looking at the major scale. Literally, it's just the major scale. I promise you, it's not deep. Nothing in music's that deep. It sounds scary, but it's not. So the main takeaway from this lesson, like, don't feel bad if you didn't understand everything that I said, because I did go really fast, right? But I'm just trying to demystify just some basic stuff. If you can count to 7, you should be able to understand chords and melodies and everything in music. If you want to use theory to analyze it, you should be able to do that. It shouldn't be a blocker.